जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांता स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भागवत गीता एज इट इज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 4, the atrocities of King Kamsa. We are supposed to start with text 18 today. So yesterday we read, or just in the past few days we were reading, that when Kamsa came to Devaki Mai in the prison, and after she pleaded with him, when he snatched the baby and he tried to dash the baby to the ground, she went up into the sky in her eight-armed form as Durga Devi. And then she also told Kamsa that the person who would kill him has already taken birth and he should not torture Devaki and or the other children. He should not kill the other babies. And saying this, she went away. She disappeared from there, and she's worshipped by different names in different places on this earth. Then Kamsa was astonished by two things. One is how the divine personality Durga Devi has taken birth from his sister. That means his sister is not an ordinary person, she's a divine person, and he has committed so many offenses to her, killed her babies, so now he became worried. So immediately he went and released Vasudeva and Devaki, and he begins to speak to them, right? In a very humble mood, with great humility, he begins to speak to them. And the other astonishment was that how did Devaki give birth to a girl? The Akashvani said that the 8th child of Devaki is going to kill him, so he couldn't have thought, and besides, that's one thing, that then it can be that the girl can kill, because the Akashvani said Ashta Garbha, so the 8th child can be either a girl or a boy, and the girl could kill. But Durga Devi said the one who's going to kill has taken birth somewhere else. It's not Durga Devi who's going to kill him. The one who is going to kill him has taken birth somewhere else. That means Akashvani was wrong. Akashvani said that the 8th child of Devaki is going to kill, but the person who would kill him has taken birth somewhere else. It's not Devaki's child. How the Akashvani became wrong? Like this, all these questions were there. So then we also saw how he began to speak in a very humble way, that, oh my dear sister, oh beautiful lady, I have done such terrible sins, many great sins have been done by me. Then like a Rakshasa, man-eating Rakshasa who kills his own children, I have committed such sins to you by killing your children. And then he said, I was so merciless and cruel. Tyakta karunya, I have given up karuna, mercy. Tyakta gyati suhrit, and also I gave up my my nature, brotherly nature, being a well-wisher, right? Khalaha. I became so cruel. Kan lokan vai gamishyami. Because of my sinful activities, I don't know, which planet I will go. That means what will be my future? I don't know to which hell I will go, like that. Because of my sinful activities, I don't know where I will go after death. And also, while I'm living, also my destination is going to be so bad. I don't know to which planet I will go, means I don't know to which planet I will go after uh, after death, and also in this life. Then one more thing is, alas, even providence tells lies, right? I thought only human beings tell lies, right? We find people telling lies on this earthly planet. Daivam apyanritam vakti. Even Daiva means the celestial or the higher beings, right? The divine. They also speak lies. Namartya eva kevalam, not only on this earth, but even in the divine realm, they speak lies. Yad vishrambad aham papaha swasur nihatavan chishun. And I am such a sinful person that I believed that Akashvani, and believing that I have killed my own sister's children, babies, like that. So then we will read the next shloka. Text 18. मा शोचतं महाभागाव आत्मजान स्वकृतं भुजः जान्तवो न सदैकत्र दैवाधीनास्तदासते. मा शोचतं महाभागाव आत्मजान स्वकृतं भुजः जान्तवो न सदैकत्र दैवाधीनास्तदासते. नरसिंह प्रहलादेश्वर प्रभु.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. O great souls, your children have suffered their own misfortune. Therefore, please do not lament for them. All living entities are under the control of the Supreme, and they cannot always live together. Kamsa addressed his sister as and brother-in-law as Mahabhagav, because although he killed their ordinary children, the goddess Durga took birth from them. Because Devaki bore Durga Devi in her womb, Kamsa praised both Devaki and her husband. Asuras are very devoted to the goddess Durga, Kali, and so forth. Kamsa, therefore, truly astonished, appreciated the exalted position of his sister and brother-in-law. Durga is certainly not under the laws of nature, because she herself is the controller of the laws of nature. Ordinary living beings, however, are controlled by these laws. Prakrite Priyomanani Gunai Karmani Sarvashaha. Consequently, none of us are allowed to live together for long periods. By speaking in this way, Kamsa tried to pacify his sister and brother-in-law. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. O great souls, your children have suffered their own misfortune, therefore please do not lament for them. Again, what Devaki said, like that only. It's my own destiny, she said. So he's saying it is their own destiny that they were meant to suffer like that. So you don't lament. All living entities are under the control of the Supreme, and they cannot always live together like that. So he's trying to pacify her. Kamsa addressed his sister and brother-in-law as Mahabhagav. Mahabhagav, because although he killed their ordinary children, the goddess Durga took birth from them, like that. So, oh most fortunate one. Why? Because even though your other children are killed, Durga Devi still became your child, your daughter. Because Devaki bore Durga Devi in her womb, Kamsa praised both Devaki and her husband. Asuras are very devoted to the goddess Durga, Kali, and so forth. Kamsa, therefore, truly astonished, appreciated the exalted position of his sister and brother-in-law. Yes, so we discussed this yesterday. Asuras are worshipping Lord Shiva, Durga Devi, right? So they are very devoted to Durga, Kali, and so forth. So Kamsa, therefore truly astonished, appreciated the exalted. So he didn't appreciate his sister being exalted because she gave, when she was pregnant with Lord Krishna, she was going to give birth to Lord Vishnu. He didn't appreciate that. But when he saw Durga Devi born from his sister, now his sister is very exalted because Durga Devi has taken birth. Why? Because Asuras worship Durga Devi or Kali or Lord Shiva, like that, demigods in general, Lord Brahma. Durga is certainly not under the laws of nature because she herself is the controller of the laws of nature. So we saw yesterday also Bhagavati. Bhagavati means she has the opulences of Bhagavan. So she is not under the control of nature. Rather, she is the one, she is the material energy. She is certainly not under the laws of nature because she herself is the controller of the laws of nature. Ordinary living beings, however, are controlled by these laws. So that's the difference between Durga Devi and living entities. She's the controller, whereas the living entities are controlled. And that Durga Devi has taken birth from the sister. So that means the sister is very exalted. Consequently, none of us are allowed to live together for any long period. That means we are controlled. And because we are controlled, we cannot decide how we will live, for how long we will live together, or who will be our family members. We cannot decide that. Why? Because we are controlled. She is the controller, means she is the controller and we are controlled. So when we are controlled, so you see the connection. First she is saying Mahabhaga. Mahabhaga because even though your other children are killed, Durga Devi has become your daughter. He mentioned Durga Devi. She is your daughter, so you are very fortunate. And then, who is Durga Devi? She is the controller, right? She is the controller of all the laws of material nature. That Durga Devi has taken birth as your child and she is the controller. And we are all controlled. That's why she is different. Because she is divine means she's the controller. We are all controlled. And because we are controlled, you should not lament for the loss of your children, because when we are controlled, we cannot decide. We just have to accept whatever is ordained by the higher powers. We have to just accept. So none of us are allowed to live together for any long period. By speaking in this way, Kamsa tried to pacify his sister and brother-in-law. See Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. Both of them have wool. इसमें देखो dishwasher. Okay, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Mahabhaga, fortunate. Kamsa said, Devaki, you are very fortunate because Durga Devi has come as your daughter. You should not lament for your sons who have reaped the results of their actions. Even considering that they lived, living entities cannot remain together for very long. Same thing, right? So, you are fortunate because Durga Devi has come as your daughter. Don't lament for the sons who are already dead. They have simply gotten the results of their own karma. They had to die early. Why? Because we are all controlled after all. And suppose, let's say, even if they lived, still you wouldn't live them for a very long time, because by the power of time we would be separated. We cannot remain together because we are all controlled after all. So this is Kamsa's way of pacifying his brother-in-law and his sister. So let's read one more verse. Text 19. Bhuvi bhaumani bhutani yatha yantyapyanti cha nayam atma tathaiteshu viparyeti tat yathaiva bhuhu. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Translation: in this world, we can see the pots, dolls, and other products of the earth appear, break, and then disappear, mixing with the earth. Similarly, the bodies of all conditioned living entities are annihilated, but the living entities, like the earth itself, are unchanging and never annihilated. na hanyate hanyamane sharire.
Okay, so Saujanya Mataji will read the purport.
Yes. So Kamsa is described as a demon who had good knowledge of the affairs of Atma Tattva, the truth of the self. 5,000 years ago, there were
Please.
than modern politicians and diplomats who have no knowledge of Tattva. As stated in Vedas, Asango Hai Ayam Purusha, the spirit soul has no connection with the changes of the material body. The body undergoes 6 changes: birth, growth, sustenance, byproducts, dwindling, and then annihilation. But the soul undergoes no such changes. Even
Yeah.
after an particular bodily form, the original source of the bodily elements does not change. The living entity enjoys the material body, which appears and disappears, but the 5 elements earth, water, fire, air, and ether remain the same. The example given here is that pots and dolls are produced from the earth, and when broken or destroyed, they mingle with their original ingredients. In any case, the source of supply remains the same. You want me to continue?
Yes, yes, Mataji.
As already discussed, the body is made according to the desires of the soul. The soul desires, and thus the body is formed. Krishna therefore says in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, 61 shloka, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hrideshi jina tishtati.
Tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantrarudhani mayaya.
Ayam sarva bhutani yantra mudhani maya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of the material energy. Neither the super soul, Paramatma, nor the individual soul changes its original spiritual identity. The Atma does not undergo birth, death, or changes like the body. Therefore, the Vedic aphorism says, Asango hi Purusha. Although the soul is conditioned within this material world, he has no connections with the changes of the material world.
Yes. So it's 8 o'clock. I'll have to stop here, but we will discuss this verse tomorrow again. And I will also go over Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary and Srila Prabhupada's purport. I will stop here today. Thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare